I'm obsessed with looking at the time. I'm obsessed with knowing what time it is, and it's just, something I do. I don't know if other people do it, but it's just a kind of like a constant impulse to look at what time it is during the day. And I feel like it might be a symptom of worry. I mean, the reason why I look at the time so much is that I want to figure out if I have more time for later to do other stuff. Like when I'm doing homework, I always check my phone in order to know if, I'll be able to spend time doing what I like later, my hobbies, etc. But it truly might be a symptom of worry. Because when you're looking at the time, you're just constantly thinking about what will come later. And I'm a person who worries a lot. That's, a thing I struggle with a lot. It's part, I'm trying day by day, trying to worry less. But when I worry too much, I notice that I look at the time so many times. Like, I overthink and think to myself, well, will I have still some time later to, do other stuff? Or just when I'm just too busy, I have to complete a lot of tasks in such a short span of time. And there I just constantly look at the time and I want to figure out if I'll be able to do it. You know, it's a struggle I've been dealing lately and I don't like it. I absolutely don't like it because, first of all, when you look at the time, you're just focusing on what comes next. You're not actually enjoying the moment. You're not in the moment. And your whole life might revolve around a tight time schedule you have to follow strictly. Your whole life might revolve around numbers that change every second, every minute, every hour. And no, I think I should really work on learning to do things, um, actually enjoying the process of it, not constantly think about what time it is, not, just enjoying it without any pressure. Yes, I feel pressure. That's the key word. I feel pressure when I need to do so many things in such a short span of time. And this might turn into kind of a big like anxiety, but lately it's a thing that I've been surrendering to God, and I need to remind myself always that I'm not a machine. Because sometimes my pride leads me to thinking that I can do things, I can finish my schedules in time, even if there are like so many things to do. And I think to myself, no. Sometimes I just need to remember that I'm a human being. I'm not a machine. I can do things slowly, and I don't need to overwork. Sometimes I value myself based on the accomplishments that I achieve or the things that I do in general. And no, I don't want that. I have to think of myself that I have already my faith in God. I don't need to. I don't need approval by anyone else. I just need to do things at my best, trying to please God, but I don't have to lose myself in the process. And yeah, it's just a thought that I had because I feel like, you know, I sometimes, as a consequence of this, I just expect too much from myself, and I need to lower my expectations, lower my standards, and just do things um, within my own capabilities, and I don't need to force myself in tiring myself to do impossible things. So yeah, I constantly look at the time and I do my little calculations in my mind, trying to think, okay, I'll finish this in this amount of time, then I'll do that in those hours. I just completely, arrange a mental schedule in my head based on what time it is. But as a on the flip side, it just, ruins the process, and it leads me to rushing things without enjoying the process and without enjoying the journey. And as a consequence of, thinking constantly about what time it is, it might be paradoxical, but time passes a lot faster than if you actually enjoy the process. I mean, it's also a sign of not being focused on what you're doing, just distracted by the time. And yeah, I just I just want to work on this because I struggle with overworking. I struggle with, busyness, but at the end of the day, it's just me that I'm pushing myself too hard many times. I just need to think that God looks at the heart, doesn't look at what you do, um, what you effectively do, but He looks at the heart and your intentions. And you know, much is given, much is required. Much is given, much is required. God looks at how you used your resources, and He doesn't expect you to exceed everything beyond your capabilities and beyond your resources. Yeah, that was just a thought that I had.